Welcome back to the PBC. It's your boy K9s, giving it to you like I always do, fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some gonna like it, some ain't. I always tell you that, you know. Some gonna like it and some ain't. I gotta bring y'all to, we're going to school today real quick, my brothers and sisters out there. Ride with me for a few minutes when we talk about these dogs. We going to school because I see in this pit bull game, you know, not only do we have a bunch of people who really not savvy on these dogs and acting like they savvy on these dogs, acting like they know how to handle these dogs and they don't know shit about these dogs. We got to take them to school real quick, you know what I'm saying? Salute and shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out, big salute to my brothers in North Carolina, my brothers in South Carolina, GA, VA, Maryland, New York, you know what I'm saying? Big salute to my brother Bruce Banner out there in Charlotte holding it down, you know? Big salute to all my brothers in Florida holding it down, my brothers in Alabama and Mississippi holding it down. I gotta take my brothers and sisters to school real quick today because we got ignorance, we got niggerish activities. A nigger is an ignorant person, right? So it don't matter, make no difference what color he is. We got these type of activities that we got to talk about on the day when it comes to the dog game, man. It just is what it is. Salute my brother Summer out there and the whole Shogun crew. We got a South Carolina update, dog fighting investigation. They're going to talk about, tell you how they've been doing it since 2024. And I want y'all to check that out first, and then we're going to get into this dog talk because we need to talk about does weight matter on the bite? Because I had brothers giving me the craziest answers, and everybody don't think the same, you know, but it's my job to give it to you how I give it to you. So this is what I'm going to do. You know, we're going to play this South Carolina news, and then we're going to get into this, does the weight matter dog talk, and does it change the bite and all that dog talk? So y'all, stay tuned, watch the video, hit the like button up out there. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? But right now, let's get into this. South Carolina dog fighting investigation update on the PBC.
It's a crime hiding in neighborhoods across the country. Dogfighting.
Considered animal cruelty, dogfighting is illegal in all 50 states, yet law enforcement warns it's still a common practice. And state agents in South Carolina say they are busting more fights than ever before.
They say these dogfighting rings can generate thousands of dollars, and they're often hubs for weapons, drugs, and other organized crime.
Investigative reporter Grace Runkle takes an in-depth look at what's keeping officers in the Palmetto State from making more arrests and how these animals are cared for after a raid.
Dogs on massive chains. Their movement restricted so much they wear dirt circles into the ground. Rain barrels turned on their side, the dog's only shelter.
It is in every county in our state, and it is in neighborhoods, and it is in backyards.
In 2024, the State Law Enforcement Division, better known as SLED, rescued more than 200 dogs from illegal fighting rings in South Carolina. This video, the scene at a raid in August.
Is there just one in there?
Dr. Jennifer Bonovich is one of the state's few forensic veterinarians. When SLED makes a bust, she gets a call.
Live fleas crawling around by the hundreds.
Just like in the human side, when we have to document bruises and potentially bite marks or stab wounds, a dog is its own crime scene, and bite marks are evidence.
That evidence helped SLED bring charges against 60 people in 2024.
These are dogs just being kept in these yards. Their whole life is in a yard, unless they're fighting.
In most dogfighting cases, animal abuse is only part of the illicit activity. According to SLED, those 60 people arrested in 2024 from raids generated more than 200 animal-related charges, about 50 firearm charges, another 30 drug charges, and 20 charges, including children. SLED presenting the data to a sub-house committee in the summer of 2025.
If we had more agents, we could make more of these cases. We receive Crime Stoppers tips, and I get them I may have 2 waiting on me when I get back to my office.
SLED's dogfighting team is made up of just 5 people, each working 1 to 2 cases at a time. Where those dogs go is another obstacle.
You get 30 dogs out of a search warrant. Not only where do they go, but then what do we do with them? It's going to be very hard. How do we assess them? How do we determine if they're safe for the public? But a lot of these dogs are just amazing and don't have a mean bone in their body.
He is the sweetest dog, the sweetest dog in the world. And I think more people need to see that
This is Jason Howe and his dog, Benny. They've only known each other since September, but the two are bonded.
Benny, in French, means blessed. So he's blessed, I'm blessed, because we have each other now, so we're both blessed.
Rescued in a raid by U.S. Marshals, Benny eventually found his way to Howe in Jefferson City, Missouri. Now, Navy veteran Howe is training Benny to be his service dog with his nonprofit, K9s, on the front line. The group dedicated to giving dogs with rough starts like Benny a second chance.
When you look at Benny, do you think about the other dogs who you guys haven't been able to get to yet?
I always do. How many more can we save?
Bonovich says her job isn't for everyone. Walking into a scene is overwhelming. Dozens of dogs barking, chains rattling, flies buzzing around open wounds. But she knows when she shows up, it won't be like that for long.
The excitement is knowing that at the end of the day, it was quiet and there was not a single dog on a chain, and we knew that those dogs would never be on a chain again.
While attending a dog fight is illegal in every state, penalties vary widely. To help stop the cycle of dogfighting, the experts we spoke with say South Carolina lawmakers should consider two changes. First, elevating attendance at a dogfight from a misdemeanor to a second offense felony. Second, implementing an animal possession ban for people convicted of certain crimes. As of December of 2025, 42 states have a similar law.
Now that's how it's going in South Carolina. They ain't bullshitting. They ain't bullshitting. I want to say again, big shout out to all my South Carolina brothers that's doing the right things with these dogs out here. But we got some things that we need to talk about right now. You know what I'm saying? Brother said, one brother said he been around in the dog game a long time and he never heard that weight can change the mouth of the dog. Now, one dude said, and I'm gonna address this comment in a minute. He never knew weight could change the bite in the dog, and he been in the game a long time. So I say, brother, maybe you've been learning from the wrong kind of people. You've been putting yourself in a circle with the wrong kind of people. It'll have you stagnant. It'll have you sitting in one place. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You think you're learning, but you ain't learned shit since you've been a teenager. If you ever learned anything, you know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm gonna probably answer all y'all little statements and questions at one time, and I ain't gonna have to keep going and addressing this person to this person, because you're all saying the same thing. You've been here a long time and you never knew weight can affect the bite. Now, when I say that, understand this, brothers. I'm not talking about can weight don't change the style of the dog. Weight don't change and make your dog do something he wouldn't normally do. You see, y'all getting it all confused and all wrong, but you're not getting it confused, you just confuse yourself. Weight don't change the style. The weight can't make you have from a Kurt to a superstar, But what weight does is the same thing weight does for any sport. You see, when you hunting, when you're doing anything that's involving a sporting activity, it can be weight pulling, it can be hog hunting, fox hunting, it can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing and MMA, even tennis and soccer. When it comes to weight matters. Oh, you telling me the boxer come in, and let me put it in ways that you can understand it, my brother. Maybe you was a sister, but my brother, I'm gonna give it to you so you can understand it. You're a boxer. You are 144. You fight 144. That's the weight that you perfect at, 144. So you telling me you don't understand and you can't comprehend the fact that if you perfect at 144, you's a good boxer, you throw and you hit all the right places, you drop down from 144 to 134, right? We're talking human weight right now. You drop from 144 to 134, and you telling me you think you're gonna be hitting with the same power? You're gonna be able to take the licks that you would have been able to took at 144 If the other dude landing licks on you, you telling me at 134, you going to be a better competitor? At 134, you're going to be a better competitor than your perfect weight at 144. 144, you perfect. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you need to do. The uppercuts is hitting with power. The jabs is even hit with power. The hooks and everything you're doing is hitting with power. But you drop to 134 and you telling me you can't understand that you're not going to be performing in the same fucking manner. Can you understand that? MMA, same way. You know, same way. These brothers, you right on the borderline of heavyweight and cruiserweight or something, whatever, light heavyweight. You know, you telling me if you lose, if you at a perfect weight and you winning at that particular weight, you are fighting at your best. And you know this, right? But you lose weight and it drop you down into 2 weight classes. Now you fighting welterweight or, you know, I'm not sure what the weights is in boxing, but you done dropped down 2 weight classes from heavyweight. And you was perfect now. You was fine-tuned and perfect, conditioned, game tested at your last weight. You telling me you going to be hitting harder now? And you done dropped 2 weight classes? You going to be hitting harder? You going to be able to take the same punishment that you was taking from them big heavyweights? When you drop 2 weight classes, you going to be able to take them same licks that you was taking there? Can you understand it? Do you understand it? We got some brothers in this dog game, and that's why I tell brothers and I tell sisters on my lives and different things when we talking about it. Every dog ain't the same in every man's hand. If you think that shit, you're sadly mistaken. You know, it don't matter if it's training. It don't matter if it's just being a nice pet. It don't matter if it's being the best competitor in whatever sporting event you got them in. Everybody is going to handle their dogs different. You're not going to get the same dog when you ship that dog out to this person. Ship that dog out for this person. That's why I told brothers before. Everybody crying about who got winners, who got winners. Where the winning dog men at? You worrying about where the winning dog at? Where the fuck the winning dog men at? I want my dog to go to a winning dog man. I can't make the dog man. The dog man got to help make the dog. Put the dog in situations to win. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get this shit confused. You think it's going to be a brother out here, I don't care if it's David Tant, Victor, Mr. Crenshaw, Mr. Chavis, Mr. Perry, I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Buffalo Soldier. But everybody not going to handle their dog the same. If I'm going to sit back and them brothers out of his name, they're going to sit back and they're going to sell puppies. Back in their days, they're going to sell puppies and thinking, oh, whatever they can pull out the dog, everybody going to be able to pull that out the dog. You know what I'm saying? If Mr. Buffalo Soldier was pulling out 100%, he'll be crazy to think that he can sell an enormous amount of dogs to people and not like weed out and to see who you want to sell them to. See, you got to do all that, you know. You got to go through them and check and all kind of stuff and making sure your dog's getting to the right kind of person, you know. Just selling a dog to anybody and then coming back on a website later on down the line talking about where the winner's at, it don't make no damn difference because you selling them to so many different kind of people, you never find out who got the winners and who got the losers, you know. You never find it. So when the brother say he been in the game so long and never knew weight can change the bite of the dog, come on, man. You must be never had a dog at perfect tip-top shape where you know he can't lose none, he can't gain none in order to be at this particular conditioning that you got him in. You know? And your weight little thing may be from 45 to 47. You know, 45 to 46. He maybe his perfect weight. But then you drop him to 40 and try to do him. You think that same dog gonna bite the same? Don't get it twisted, my brothers. I didn't say it's gonna make him have a better style. Do you know what style is? And do you know what biting is? Biting is the pressure. Style is the style you got. You know, I can't teach y'all every damn thing. I could just show you some things time to time, man, but damn, I can't teach you everything, you know. But some things y'all should know. It should be common sense, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Protection dogs. If I got a protection Malinois Dutch Shepherd, Rottweiler, Doberman Pinscher, and I'm training them for protection work, right? Training them for protection work, okay? And I got his perfect shape. I got his weight perfect. He's the perfect size he need to be to knock down people, to get him how you need to get him, to get up in that shoulder and put that pressure down on the assailant. He's at perfect shape right now, the ideal weight. And you telling me if you slim that dog down 5 pounds, it's not going to change his bite power, you know, because when he's in perfect shape, he's biting with certain PSIs, you know. See, the thing is, the weight is going to give you more punch. If you're 45 and your dog underweight, right? Let's say 40, like I said, 45 is his perfect weight. And he got that punch, you know. You drop him to 40, you think he going to still have that same punch? Oh, I forgot. A lot of y'all thinking cuts mean bites. A dog getting cut and he bleeding mean he got a hard bite. Or a hog or whatever you put them on in modern day time mean he got a hard bite. I told y'all before, a lot of them think blood mean hard biter because they see the blood on the situation. Oh, he got a mouth like a alligator. A lot of them think that, you know what I'm saying? But it baffles me to see, and I tell y'all all the time, man, a lot of y'all that talk that shit wouldn't fuck with me in my days with these dogs, man. I'll run through y'all like coat no, like laxative. You don't understand that the weight you got on the dog adds or subtracts from his biting pressure. Now you can have him at a certain weight. Say 45 is ideal. He gonna still be biting hard, if not harder, at 48. Because we say we got him a little overweight. So now he's still biting hard at 48. But the thing about the whole situation is you can't put too much weight that he can't control the weight. That's what it's about using in the keep. You see? The keep ain't, just go out there and exercise him, get him looking like he got his ribs showing, and this and that, when you never know what the dog perfect weight that he can go the distance with. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know your dog in order to know that. What's the most I can get out this dog and the heaviest I can bring him in to get the most out of him. That's what you got to know. And that's what you got to understand how to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand it. Instead of trying to learn it and be, humble about learning it, you get up there and you say crazy things, man. Crazy things. You know, I tell you, when you're not gonna be a sponge in this dog game, you're just gonna be stagnant, like I said, stuck in a pond somewhere and just building up. Half the shit you building up ain't true, ain't right. In the game 50, 60 years and ain't learned shit when it comes to these dogs. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand it, man. You take weight off any living thing that's participating in the sport, and he or she already had ideal weight. Oh, you telling me the track stars got their ideal weight that they like to come in when they go to run their races. You bring them in too light. You telling me he gonna still give you that thumping power to win that race? He gonna be weak. She gonna be weak. You take them too heavy, they're not gonna be able to. They're gonna be too heavy. So you gotta find that ideal spot. You see, that you can keep that pressure and you can get the most out of your dog. You could be taking them hog hunting all week long. And all week he really not in the same weight. Or he really not coming in the same weight. Because you feeding them and drinking water, and some days he may drink and eat a little more. All right? But out of that week time, if you keep checking his weight every day, out of that week's time, you're going to see or say 2 weeks, give it a little more time. Which one of these weights is he coming in on and give you the most power and the most performance? It don't make no difference to have power if you can't perform. You know? And what's the use of performing if you ain't going to come with the power? But performing and without the power will get you a whole lot further in the dog game than having the power and can't perform. Because there's plenty of dog men that we could talk about that did what they had to do with performance and didn't have all the power and still came out victorious, still came out on top. But you telling me you don't understand why my brother, another brother had another brother that got up there and said he seen a 40-pound dog bite like an alligator. That's a brother who can't comprehend what I'm talking about. Understand, brother, I'm not trying to talk no trash. No, understand. You can have a 40-pound dog, and if you take him down to 33 pounds, 34 pounds, he not gonna bite the same. That's what I'm talking about, young man. You can have a 30-pound pit bull, and that's his perfect weight. Perfect weight is 30 pounds for activities that he want to compete in. But you drop him down to 25, you think he gonna still give you that thump? That punch that you had at 30? So now you understand me, right? You feeling me, you getting me now, right? I think we getting on the same page here. Cause you was acting, brother, like I was saying, a 50-pound dog bite harder than a 40-pound dog. You know? No, that's not what I'm talking about, my brothers, my sisters. It don't make no difference what weight your dog is. The weight need to be ideal. Because if it's too light and y'all going off of, oh, I can see his ribs or whatever, this and that. Yeah, he look like he in shape. But that's what we call looking like you in shape and not really in shape. You know? A big difference. But when you know exactly he's 37, that's perfect weight for him. Like the brother said, he's 40 pounds. That's perfect weight for him. Okay, 40 pounds, perfect weight. Then what's 35 gonna be? Too light. You might get cuts and scratches and all that stuff on your hog or whatever you're going up into for competition. And back in our days, another dog, you know. You may get cuts and scratches, but you ain't gonna get the power that you're gonna get from an ideal weight competitor. Football, or you a linebacker, and you were certain this is perfect weight. You got the speed and you got the hitting power. You know what I'm saying? You got the speed and the hitting power at 200 pounds. I'm just saying something now. 200 pounds, you perfect. But then something happened and you lost football. We speaking of humans again. You went from 200 pounds to 170 and you tell me you think you're going to have the same hitting power? You're going to be strong enough to do the things you used to do when you was at 200 at perfect weight for you? Which you already established? See, that lets me know a lot of y'all really ain't been bulldogging the way you think you've been bulldogging. You know what I'm saying? You really ain't do it, man. You see? Listen here, man. Let me explain something to brothers also. When you come down to my comments, I don't answer everything. Sometimes I don't even get to check the videos. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the comments or whatever. It just depends. But when you tell me this is cap and all that, listen here, man. For one, that ain't the type of lingo we came up with. We don't talk cap. So when you say cap, it automatically lets me know you're younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it like this. I'm like at the head of that threshold. That threshold from the Wild Wild West days. When I say the head of it, I mean, if you're not a little bit younger than me, then you missed the Wild Wild West days. You 30-some years old, you ain't seen the Wild Wild West days. I can promise you that shit. Talking about misdemeanors, you know, blue tickets, you know, the Wild Wild West days, you missed all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much after Vic situation, you know, that's when it became more, when they looked at it like a heavier charge and all type of stuff like that, you know? And we can't even put it on him. You can't even put it on him. I'm just giving you a time limit, you know? And like I said, I'm 47. If you ain't somewhere around that area, you missed the golden age. You may think what you doing is the golden era. That ain't shit on the golden era. You know what I'm saying? These brothers talking about when the man catch them bumping the dogs and the man say, oh, what Mr. Buffalo Soldier say? Oh, man, y'all get out of here with that, man. Y'all stop that and get up out of here. Golden era, Wild Wild West days, what we call it. You know what I'm saying? So if you start speaking that cap and listen here, man, if you ain't learned by now, I don't got a reason to come up here and lie about something. You know, I done talked about my dogs more than a lot of, and then your name was Troll on your YouTube name, so I already knew it was what your name Troll something, you know. And so, I mean, I done gave more dog talk than all the ones that was trolling me put together. You know, that's one thing we got, like brother Super Kennels was talking about. You know, you can't be up here talking about brothers with these dogs and trying to discredit anything a brother say about these dogs when you can't do it your damn self. We give everybody an equal opportunity, other than them flunkies that ain't gonna get up here and talk about no damn dogs. If you ain't gonna come up here and start speaking about something that's gonna keep everybody's attention, then you gonna keep your ass down there and watch the video. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do it, man. Brothers put work in out here with these dogs in the 80s, in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Some in the early 2000s. For some of y'all brothers that's keyboard gangsters and wannabes and green leaves, you know what I'm saying? Brother say I'm green as green can be. Something he was saying, you know, I mean, he want everybody to talk the same. I ain't been put here on this earth to talk like you. I talk like me, you know what I'm saying? And I say what I want to say. You either got it or you don't. Your dog, I mean, weight not gonna make your dog be a whole different dog unless you took too much from him and he was a damn good dog when he was at this weight. You took too much for him, now he may become sorry. But what I was telling you, you can't, it's not gonna change his style, you know, because you got weight on him and now you took the weight off of him. He gonna be a back end, he gonna be a front end, he gonna be leg, shoulder, whatever he do. That's what the breeding is for. That's why, exactly why you have these real dog men standing around these squares throughout the years. Real dog men standing around the square, sit back and know you got too much weight off that dog that you just lost with and take that dog from you. Not take it literally, but say, let me get that dog. You know what I'm saying? I can do something with him. Or act like they really don't want him, but they take him. Because if you act like you really want him, you might see, oh, I need to take him home. They're going to get that dog from up under you and put him up under with good hands. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who know how to handle the dog and get the dog to his proper working ability weight. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't believe so many of y'all brothers, you know, I don't even think it wasn't trolling. You were really serious. You just you never knew weight could change the bite of a dog. And like I said before, what, boxing? You don't think weight gonna take away from a boxer's power? An MMA fighter that was 150, he dropped down at 130 now. You think he gonna be hitting with the same power? And 150 was his perfect weight? Talk to me now. You know, talk to me. I told you I'm taking you to class today, man. Get your notebooks out and write this shit down. You know what I'm saying? Weight affects your performance in your whatever you're doing, in any kind of sport. Oh man, you talking about weight don't affect this and weight don't, man, listen here, man. It does, whether you want to believe it or not. That's like I said before, that's how I know I'll run straight through you in my days. You know what I'm saying? Yep, these dogs that I might be took an L with somewhere else, if I'd have got hold of some of these internet dog men, I ran through their ass. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. You know, some people, you know, like I said before, it don't make no sense to have all these dog channels and you're not getting no real knowledge from these motherfuckers. And I'm saying, you're not getting the knowledge because you can't comprehend what the brother's talking about. You know? You only want to hear the bullshit. You know? So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Salute to my man J-Bo out there. You know what I'm saying? And all the real brothers that been rocking with me on my channels throughout the years. You know? It just is what it is, Bo. You gotta give it how I give it. You know, it's like they say, live it how you live it. Get it how you live it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, some of y'all need to do when it comes to these dogs. You know, learn how to deal with a dog. Me and one brother was speaking about so true. And I'm going to speak about it right now because it's still dealing with the same damn thing. The bond that you got with that dog is going to make a damn difference too. So we saying, boom, you take a dog, you knock 5 pounds off his weight, he perfect at 40, You take him in at 35, and then you give him to somebody who he don't know and let him take him in that show. You know what I'm saying? Give him to somebody he don't know, period. He not a human aggressive dog. Give him to somebody else, and you done took 5 pounds off of him, and see can you bring him back from the dead when he damn about to give out, and he trying to put his last into it. He would have put his last into the person he got that bond with. He ain't gonna put his last in it to you, and plus he weak as hell because he 5 pounds lighter. Talk to me now. Talk to me. The bond that you got with them dogs is just as important as the weight. Well, weight is gonna be a little bit more important, but that bond is just as important. You know what I'm saying? You cannot say, with the weight, you know, weight gonna be more important regardless because the performance is there. He can still perform with another person that don't got a bond with him. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna be able to perform the same when you take that too much weight off of him. You know? Not gonna be able to do it, brother. I mean, you can go to get whatever book you want to get, whatever encyclopedia you want to get, and whatever dog man from the past you want to get. You can't fool me when it comes to that shit there. If you don't understand that shit there, you just, like I said, you need to sit back and let the floodgates in to your sponge body. That's what it should be, a sponge. Like I say, absorbing all the information that's legitimate information with these dogs in that you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's something I knew since back in the days. You know, anybody need to know that. If you got dogs out here that's sporting dogs, working dogs, and stuff like that, the weight matters to the shit that you want. It don't mean, oh, your 50-pound dog gonna perform better than your 30-pound dog. Understand what I'm saying? Real dog men know what I'm saying. It's just the fact that you got so many of these motherfuckers out here ain't really real dog men in real life. But on the social media, they is. They name callers and wannabes, like I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it just is what it is, man. Salute to all my young bulldoggers out there from 5 to 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, you know what I'm saying, 13, 14, all them young bulldoggers, you know, 15. That's coming up in the game and trying to get real info and trying to learn from real dog men, because you got it in today's time, you got it way better when it comes to the knowledge that you're getting about these dogs than any brother came up from my time and before. You know, everything was hands-on. You know, everything was hands-on, and it was no sense of communication as it is now. You know what I'm saying? You can communicate with somebody 1,000 different ways, from social media, this platform, that platform, the cell phones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so many different ways. I mean, come on, man. You can be online playing football, playing Madden or something online, and talking to somebody that's a dog man and y'all talking about dog talk. So many different ways compared to back in them days. Y'all don't doctor. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on to school. Since we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and run class. You know, y'all don't doctor on y'all dogs in modern day time the way we doctored on our dogs back in the days. You don't care about upkeep the way we cared about upkeep when it comes to them dogs. You know, back in my days, the average bulldog may be a AKA a surgeon. You know, do stitches, do it all. You know what I'm saying? But in today's time, y'all brothers, you just, like I say, you Twitter gangsters, you keyboard gangsters and puppy pillars. When we call puppy pillars, these brothers just don't really care about the dog, period. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make $1, and that's what it's about, trying to make $1, right? But at the end of the day, you know, y'all be the ones that really don't know about the dogs, but always got something to say about the damn dogs and the people with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them brothers and sisters down in that chat. Y'all hit that like button up, man. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Because the video that they talking about is when I say we can lose bite power, but you can't lose gameness. That's the video where everybody was commenting up under that I'm responding to today. You know, okay. And I said I was breeding you know, for gameness. I want my dog to be able to compete. If he in protection work, I want him to be game. He stay in the fight, no matter where the assailant is throwing him at. He's staying in the fight, you know. If I'm hog hunting him, he got to stay in it. Whatever have him, if I got him weight pulling, he got to pull until he can't pull. You know, don't just give up because it give you one little tug and it's kind of hard for you. Don't just give up. He gonna dig down in the carpet. You know what I'm saying? So with weight, you can't lose gameness. You know? Yeah, you can lose performance as far as your dog, you know, he don't look the same because you got too much weight from him. But if you it's a thin line, right? It's a thin line. Like we using 45 pounds as an example. 45, he's biting the best he ever bit. That's the best he can bite at 45 pounds, right? Now, you got a little, say 45, then go down to 43. Say 43, he not biting hard, but he not biting as hard, but he's still performing at a high level, right? At 40, just say 43, which is 2 pounds off. All right, he's still performing at a high level. But you take a little too much off, that's when it's gonna affect them and say, oh, he ain't game. It ain't the fact that it's this dog game. He is too damn small. He can't fight back from whatever you got him in. The motherfucker too small. So now I think, you know, we all on the same page, you know what I'm saying? I think we all on the same page. Weight can't make your dog a superstar, but if your dog got potential to be a superstar, weight can make a difference in his performance level. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. I understand who gonna give it to you, fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. You know, some will like it and some ain't. It is what it is. And we out.